day's rest after they swept the 76ers. They will face the Cavaliers, who are coming off just 1 day of rest after going 7 against the Pistons. Again, game 1 in the Garden tonight. So after seeing how slow the Thunder started off yesterday, how imperative is it for the Knicks to win game 1? Wilbon.
This is set up like the Philly series, where the 76ers were coming off that tough 7-game series against the Celtics, and you just knew they weren't going to have very much in the tank to play game 1 in Madison Square Garden. Cleveland's facing a very, very, very similar set of circumstances. Now, Cleveland's a better team. The two bigs we've seen deliver.
Cleveland, you think, is the better team here?
No, Cleveland's a better team than Philly.
Okay, yes, true.
So, no, I'm picking the Knicks in 5 in this series. But part of that is I'm counting on the Knicks to come out. They could be down 6 or 7 at halftime. They could be down halftime playing through the rust. Cleveland's a better team than Philly. I expect a bigger challenge. Mobley and Allen have looked good at times against Toronto and when it counted against Detroit. But I don't see them being able to break through a game 1. The Knicks need to continue the way they played the last, since game 4 in the Atlanta series, and obviously in the next series against Philly. I expect the Knicks to start with a commanding presence in this series. Brunson first, everybody following, helps if Anunoby's healthy, but the way the Knicks are playing is the way they should be playing.
Cameron.
You haven't been on the show, Mike, with me. I'm from New York. It's hard to trust the Knicks. It's 53 years of disappointment. You know where we're at?
I understand.
You know where we're at? And listen, this is where big bro Stephen A. comes in at. Because, you know, him and Perk get mad at me. We were here last year. You beat Boston, right? He said, oh, we're going to the championship. Oh, we're about to go to the championship. Oh, Part two. The Tyrese Halliburton put an end to that. I want to say the Knicks are going to the championship. Should they win this? Absolutely. Not just the last game, will be when we're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers coming off a 7-game series against Detroit. They came against a 7-game series against the Raptors too. So they're 14 games in the playoffs. The Knicks look dynamic. Last time we seen the Knicks play, they committed a home invasion with no mask. They took everything from Philly, the heart, the couches, the fish, everything from Philly. And by the way, I don't want to hear anything about Philly. We own the cheesesteaks too now. I don't want to hear about how you used to write for them. I don't want to hear about Dr. J. I don't want to hear about Moses Malone, Kevin Hart. Anything.
They got the ass kicked.
Yeah, I don't even think the word phone should start with PH. It should start with the letter. I don't hear nothing from Philly. The Knicks should come in and win this series. I'm going to go 6 games because I'm just going to give Cleveland the benefit of the doubt because of their talent. But the Knicks should advance to the NBA Finals. But we've been here before.
Here's the deal, y'all. I got the Knicks winning this series of 6 games out of respect for Donovan Mitchell, who's a career 27-point-per-game scorer in the postseason, okay? So I'm looking at him. I'm looking at what he's capable of doing. A couple of games, I can see him exploding and making that kind of noise, and the Cavaliers winning a couple of games. That's all I got for them. I ain't got more for them than that. The New York Knicks should win this series. When Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby were guarding Donovan Mitchell this year, he only shot like 34% from the field. I expect more of the same this go round as well. I don't expect James Harden and them to be able to help him, but so much. I think the Knicks, the way the Knicks have been playing, how fluid they've been offensively, particularly since Mike Brown put the ball in Cat's hands and Cat's been more of a facilitator and he's been more actively involved. That combined with the rest and them being able to get OG back from that hamstring injury, I think is going to be a huge, huge plus. Now, Mikal Bridges got to show up. I mean, listen, he worked himself through his doldrums and when he was struggling at the end of the regular season through the first part of the playoffs, but he got things going as the series waned against Atlanta, and he's been fine ever since. That has to continue, make no mistake about it. But the New York Knicks, the way that they've been playing, the way how suspect Cleveland can be defensively, the New York Knicks should win this series. What makes it interesting is that Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley have been playing big time since the last series. How formidable they are could that obviously impact this series to some degree. Because if Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson are proven to be non-impactful in this series, that could make things a bit more difficult. But I don't anticipate that happening. I think the New York Knicks will be ready. They will handle their business, and they will close them out in 6 in Cleveland. They will end this series and go back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999.
Oh, okay. Wishful thinking. We'll see what happens here with the Knicks. Game 1 tonight. Again, that game is on ESPN. We'll dissect this 100 different ways, I'm sure, in the next 2 hours. And all, of course, tomorrow as well. Coming up here on First Take, you got to go.
But not as much as you would expect, honestly. It's probably the adrenaline. It's going to come down a little bit. I'm probably going to sleep pretty well tonight.
It's a pretty natural response for a competitor to see another competitor get something that he wants, whether it's the MVP trophy or whatever it might be. Just curious if that was in your mind at all, knowing that Shea had got that award and you were in the top 3 for it. And, did any part of tonight feel personal? Some of your facial expressions kind of look like you were really, really going for it.
Yeah, for sure. Everything you just said.
The NBA analyst Michael Wilbon joins us live now here on SportsCenter. And Michael, you've covered this league for a very long time now. Wemby last night, 41 points, 24 rebounds, and 3 blocks. How would you put into perspective what we all watched last night on the floor?
I mean, it was historic. I mean, did you see the way Wemby's teammates were looking at him late in that game? That was late in the overtime, and I remember that. I remember his teammates looking at him because they were in awe. I mean, so many times, teammates say, I see this in practice every day, so no, I'm not. No. They were in awe, so you know that Oklahoma City was in awe because they were on the wrong end of this. And yes, you're right. I've been covering the NBA playoffs for a very long time. Just means I'm old. But yes, it means sitting at courtside for 45 years of performances. And this ranks with the best of them. It ranks with things that we've seen from Shaquille O'Neal, who had 24 rebounds in a game once in his playoff career. Things that Akeem Olajuwon did. I don't have to just confine it to big men. I mentioned those guys first. Things that Kareem did. But also things we've seen from Kobe. And yes, Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. This is up there in the way he dominated the game with LeBron. It was both ends of the court, and there was genius written all over the performance. There was fire and rage in the performance. It was art. It was that level of basketball, and it was game 1. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when you only get 48 hours of rest to come back from this. And I don't know what Wemby's going to look like. He talked about adrenaline carrying him through that moment he was speaking, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But, for people who went to bed last night, too bad, shame on you. Next time, get a nap, set a clock, get a, favorite pick-me-up, some Red Bull, whatever it is. If you want to watch greatness now, it comes in that package, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, everyone in total amazement last night about what Wemby did out there on the floor. And you just mentioned Wemby was a massive factor on both ends of the floor. So take a listen to this, what OKC's Jalen Williams had to say after the game.
How much does the specter of Wembanyama standing in there protecting the rim flash through your mind with every decision you make on what to do with the ball when you've got it?
A lot. He's like 8 feet.
Jalen Williams, very candid there at the podium. He's like, look, this man's like 8 feet. You got to consider everything when you're getting to the hoop. Michael, what did you think about Jalen Williams' comments right there?
He's seeing what we're seeing, except that we're not on the court. I mean, we're seeing it. We're in awe as just folk. Here's an all-NBA player who owns a championship ring. And he's looking at this going, what am I supposed to do with this dude? And that's really the reaction. And it's not about X's and O's. It's not about numbers. It's not about analytics. It's not even about positioning. This can't be choreographed. You're looking at a person who can go up and late in that game, I think it was the first overtime, he blocked the SGA jump shot on the baseline. So yes, every decision, every action, reaction that you make or that you consider has to then be trumped by, can I get past this dude?
Yeah.
And that's what people have said only about the greatest players of any height, because they were getting past him in different ways. But in this instance with Wembanyama, it's literal and figurative. How can I get what I want to do beyond him? He's an obstacle in every possession of this game at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Wemby having everyone think twice about taking their shots. Michael Wilbon with us will also preview the